And we're live. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Hope you're all having a wonderful day.
And we're joined by a special guest, Aaron, who is a person who practices in witchcraft, and this is what the show is about tonight. Aaron, can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I started practicing witchcraft at 24, dedicated myself. I don't mess with anyone having to do with the left-hand path or Satanism. I have a familiar, his cat, his name's Merlin, Russian Blue.
Awesome.
I've been practicing for about over 25 years.
Awesome. Now, what made you get into witchcraft, if you don't mind me asking?
I just felt it call to me.
Now, all right, what's the difference between, what's that? Go ahead.
Well, I thought it kind of saved my butt. It stopped me from turning into a raging alcoholic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so fall back on occasion, but not like I was.
Right on, right on. And what is the difference between white witchcraft and, I don't know what you want to say, black witchcraft, dark witchcraft? What is the difference between it?
I think the difference is white witchcraft is harm none. Black, whatever, they curse. I've talked to people that have actually cursed people and had it karma come and bite them back. I don't curse. I don't harm people through magic. I don't believe that's a good idea.
Right.
For anything.
Now, do you think it helps you on your, you're also a paranormal investigator like Brendan and I, correct?
No, I've never actually been on a live paranormal investigation. I only did a cemetery walkthrough and recorded it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Basically.
Now, do you speak to spirits and stuff like that? Do you feel like it?
No, I could sense when they're around.
Right on, right on, right on.
I can sense when they're around. I've seen them a couple times. On a couple occasions, I've seen spirits, but I mostly sense them and hear them and feel them.
You say can you know people that have put curses on people and stuff like that? Is more into voodoo, or is that more into witchcraft, if you don't mind me asking?
Is it more into what other than
voodoo?
Witchcraft? No, there's actually some very good aspects to voodoo. They do a lot of healing ceremonies. They do a lot of there's a lot of common misconceptions having to do with voodoo or Santeria. They do a lot of money drawing rituals in health and family and stuff. They have the Catholic elements. They believe in all the saints and stuff. So I don't think voodoo is that negative. It's just what people believe.
Right. What you call it? All right, you were talking earlier before we went live and stuff like that. Can you tell us a little bit of your family history and how the whole witchcraft came into it, like the Wiccan religion, I should say, or paganism?
Well, my mom was Catholic, my dad was Baptist, and we never hardly ever went to church. So, but I just decided it called to me, witchcraft, and I do use holy water if I have to get rid of an entity or to bless the house before a hurricane.
Right. Now, do you do it like when you bless a house for a hurricane and stuff? Do people call you, or is it just like friends and family that do reach out to you?
Nobody does.
I
only have about 3 family members left here in Florida, and my brother never talks to us. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. This episode of Scream Time Paranormal is brought to you by Miller Lite. Tastes great.
How about a good shot of Jameson?
I can't do it.
I can't.
I haven't touched Jameson in years.
I can drink a lot of people under the table, and that's nothing to be proud of.
No. You were talking earlier how witchcraft got you out of alcoholism. Can you explain that type of thing?
It's just that I was drinking a lot. I was drinking a lot all the time and as much as I could, and that was like really, really important. And then I just prayed about it to my chosen deities, and I was kind of lost my taste for it.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Hmm. I mean, I still fall back every now and then, but I mean, I can actually go to the store, buy a bottle of liquor, and it'll sit here for like a week and a half.
Oh, wow.
Hmm. Even if I'm in the mood at the time, I get a little sit here.
Right
Then
on.
again, I work from home, so and I
Right
do
on.
work from home.
Yeah. Now, how did you learn about witchcraft and all that?
I
I don't
started.
really know much about witchcraft at all, so I'm gonna play like
Okay,
I
I
do.
just started picking up books, mostly from the library. Then went to the bookstore and picked up a couple. I recommend Scott Cunningham and Silver Ravenwolf for the
Right
young
on.
peeps out there. I was asked to give advice to a young peep on Twitter, and he still talks to me every now and then, and he's come a long way since he asked me for advice. He's a wonderful person, and I've never met him, but I'm really proud of him. His name's
That's
Ashton.
good deal.
That is cool.
That is cool at all. And you were saying that your family and stuff like that comes from England, and you had family that was into that's how
Ireland
you
and
got into
Scotland and Poland.
it,
England, Ireland, Scotland, Poland.
and that's how your family like you had you believe that everybody has a little bit of Wiccan in them type of thing, or which
No, I think that anybody can use the powers of the universe, the elements, the nature around them, and their own personal power.
yeah,
A phrase that Scott Cunningham is really big on to cause change,
right on.
positive change.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody follows me on Twitter, and they know I'm all about positivity and good vibes. You know, and I'm much all about much love and no negativity. And I don't get into politics. I don't get into any of that. Anything really negative though has negative annotations. I don't get into. Um,
Mm.
now, now we were talking earlier. Did you know, like we were saying, that the first witch trials in America or the United States were actually in Virginia, not in
Yep.
Salem, which is the most well-known one on them. And it's crazy how people used to be persecuted for not believing in Christian religion, you know. And if you were
Uh,
different,
no, if somebody was a healer or even a midwife, they were suspected of witchcraft. If somebody's People were very superstitious back then, and I mean, if their farm animal, one of their farm animals died, or the baby farm animal died, or whatever, they automatically would blame it on witchcraft. It's all hysteria.
right. I want to put this question on for you, Aaron, so you can see it, and let me know when you can see
Hmm.
it.
Oh, um, about 24.
And you're 24 years old. Wow, that's crazy. And I mean, I don't know too much about that type of stuff and everything like that. I mean, I find it more interesting. What is your personal opinions on like the Norse religion on how paganism comes into that?
That's funny you should ask that. There are certain deities that I will not work with,
Right,
but kind of been interested in working with some of the Norse pantheon. I've actually been reading up on the myths, and there's a lot of good videos, educational videos on YouTube, as
right,
long as you don't use it with like comic books and Marvel.
yeah. I mean, I practice Norse myself. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures and stuff like that. I have Norse tattoos on my back.
Mm.
I am also it's kind of cross between Christian and Norse, but that's me.
Cool. That's cool.
Now, do you have you ever done a successful spell or anything like that? Like I made a potion?
Yes, I have done successful spells many times, and mostly following the Sabbaths, and I actually really enjoy Setsuban. It's from Japan, and it's
Right.
to drive evil out of your house. And
Right on.
the tradition in Japan, the children would throw roasted soybeans at the father of the house while he wears an oni mask, which is a demon. A
Yeah.
demon is an oni, and some of them are actually good and helpful, and some are not. But it's kind of a fun thing, but it's tradition in Japan. I've done that a few times.
Right on. Have you do you ever mess with the spirit board at all when you're doing this?
Ouija boards?
Yeah, or spirit
No, I
board.
don't
I call
recommend.
them.
I don't recommend them. I don't recommend them at all.
Right on. I mean, I don't use one myself. No, I've
Oh,
only
you
done
will
one.
use
I
one.
have before. I have before, and it wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't have a bad experience, but I've talked to so many people who've had terrible experiences, and I don't want that to happen. And so, but my experience wasn't bad.
Hey, Derek and Francis Beyond.
Mm? I'm sorry.
Hey, Beyond the Veil's in here with us also, Jay.
Yeah, I'm writing it out right now.
I didn't hear Brandon. I'm sorry.
Oh, he was just saying hi to somebody who was in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trying to
Okay.
catch you up. While y'all are chatting, I'm watching the chat, you know.
Right.
Mhm. Okay.
Um,
Cool.
now, Aaron, can you tell us about some of the personal experiences you have had with witchcraft?
Yeah. I just got to comments for some reason.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. A friend of mine asked me to help her with a spell to get back money that she loaned. She had given somebody, and he never came back. He just left. Circumstances of that were her personal business, but and I said I'll need her help. She had something that belonged to the guy, glasses and a pair of pants, and he returned afterward and started returning her money, but then she started inviting him over, so to kind of cancel that spell.
Oh, really?
Started trusting him again. Yes, he supposedly borrowed money from my friend to go to the grocery shopping to make steaks for her son. My friend doesn't like steaks anyway, but her son did, and he left and used it to smoke crack. So she wanted her money back,
Oh,
and
that's
he
not
started paying it back. But then she started trusting him again, and kind of canceled out the spell. But it did start to work. I mean, if someone asked me to do a spell, I wouldn't charge them money or even supplies. I have all that, but she I did ask for her help because my friend was interested in it as well. I gave her some books and gave her some supplies for herself for her own use, and she was enjoying it. She really likes it. She's
awesome.
into spirit world and stuff. So, and we've been
Right.
friends for a long time. She was one of my coworkers, and that
Right.
was
Right.
fun.
Now, question for you on this: is there a whole like Wiccan community in Florida or the United States that we don't really just hear anything much about?
I'm
Or
sure there is, but you got to look. It's something you probably want to look up online. I mean, sure, there's other Wiccans and things, but I don't feel like I should belong to a coven. There's some people I just would not get along with.
right?
I have been in a coven situation at Universalist Unitarian Church for Beltane, and that was amazing. That was wonderful.
Now, I have a question for you from one of the people in the chat. Can you read that?
Yes, I do. I usually have a crystal, to represent the male and female or goddess and god deities, and or several sets actually. And I use crystals for healing and other things as well. I mean, I like them on my altar. I mean, my one the deity I feel close to is Bast, Egyptian cat goddess.
Awesome.
I don't try not to mix pantheons, but basically just I kind of see the god as like Hagrid or whatever from Harry Potter, surrounded by animals, and all the animals are getting along and stuff.
Right.
If you look on my
And
Night Owl Designs on Twitter or whatever. I have a lot of goddess pendants I make.
Did you see that one for you?
No, not that I know. No, I don't have a channel. Sorry.
No, that's cool. I mean, just asking questions. Here we go. I got another one for you.
Hmm.
And can you tell us why, if there is one?
Your basic quartz crystal point.
And why is that?
Well, for one reason, they're most common. They're inexpensive. They need to be cleansed in like salt, or I use Himalayan pink salt now. I actually have a huge set of crystals. I mean, I keep them boxed up. Put them in undried lavender and sea salt. I keep them stored until I use them, and I actually don't have to use them as much as I used to.
And that's a good one for protection.
Crystals, definitely. Amethyst too, and they're very common.
Oh,
you
really?
can get any size you want. You can carry them in your pocket or your purse.
Now, where would you find that type of stuff at? Would you have to go to like just Google it online? I mean, can you buy it at
rock and gem shops, rock and fossil shops. I went to one recently, Book and Bead Outlet, to get chain for making divination pendulums, little yes/no thingies, and you just look at rock and gem shops in your area. You should be able to find something. Or you can go on like Amazon; they have rocks and gems.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you call it? Sorry, I'm gonna take a quick drink.
Most major bookstores will carry a line of tarot cards, which I do use. I have a Japanese deck.
Oh, I have a friend that does the tarot card readings, and it's pretty interesting, like how many different decks you can buy and everything like that. Oh, I have another question.
Oh, there's huge ones. I want to get the ghost deck one of these days. But I have an anime style deck, and I'm very happy with it. And I have a cat deck of felines. You can actually read cards for your cat.
Wow. Hey, I got another question for you.
Yes, I do.
And now, what is that about? The Black Augustine for protection, also. I mean, I'm not.
Yes, I put them in my healing rocks just to keep them, And if I feel like I have to use them, I usually make me an herb pouch and carry it with me. But like I said, the older I get, the less I need to do that kind of thing.
Here's another one for you.
Yes, I do. I also charge my tarot cards under a full moon after they've been used a few times, and I don't like the people that. Here, let me turn this. I want you guys to see this. Besides, it's facing me.
Okay.
Can you see this? It's Otter Island, and I got crystals and agates and stuff I keep on my bedside. Can you see that?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. No, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Thanks.
That is pretty cool.
Yes, I do charge my crystals at full moon after using them for a while, or cleansing them and in salt. Some crystals you can run in water. I'd be very careful with amber. It has a tendency to turn white if you put it in any kind of water.
Right. Now, do you find that, okay, you're practicing Wiccan religion, and obviously your parents were really just, Christian and everything like that. Do you find any negative? Oh, okay.
They weren't really. We hardly ever went to church, just for weddings and funerals, pretty much.
Right. Do you find any negative blowback from the community or your surroundings for being into Wiccan or anything like that?
I wore a pentacle to work to my job, and this guy said something nasty about it, and it said it was satanic. And since I was in a retail business, I couldn't say anything to him, but he was wearing a little horn or whatever, and it's shaped like a, well, you know what, I think you know. Yeah. And I was like, I wanted to say to him, hey, is that the size yours is? Is that a reputation of yours? But I couldn't, because you can't do like thing in the retail business. And I basically just stopped wearing a pentacle to work. But the older I get, the more tolerant I am of Christians. There's no point in arguing with them or skeptics making use moon water? Yes, I do.
Do you
Usually
make
put
it
it
or
in a
use
silver
it?
dish. Yes, just regular bottled water, and then put it under the light of the moon. Don't let the sun hit it, though. Bring it back in. Um, the older I get, the more tolerant I am of Christians. I'm like, somebody will be like, oh man, this Christian said this to me, this person said that to me, and I was like, just blow it off. You're cool. I
Right.
even gave somebody advice on Twitter a couple months ago. I said, just blow it off. Just ignore them. They have their own beliefs. You have yours. Let live and let live.
Amen.
Um, I even listen to Christian music and gospel, country music, Christian country music. I listen to pretty much everything.
Right on.
I enjoy pretty much everything. So, but I actually listen, believe it or not, listen to Christian music.
Oh, that's
I have
cool.
two favorites. Yeah,
Did
I
you see Rose's question?
I haven't really done anything on the full moon in a couple of years because I simply don't have the time. I mean, it's called an SBAT when you go and do something in full moon, and I can't go outside or whatever with sky cloud anyway in front of all the neighbors. No, you can go. You can wear clothes or you can do practice nude. I don't
Right.
practice nude. When I dedicated myself, I did.
Right. Now, what's the difference between dedicated and just like practicing? Like,
Well, you dedicate yourself and claim that you're a Wiccan or pagan and whatever you want to call it. I mean, Wicca is a religion, and pagan is like a belief system.
yeah,
I mean, the Druids are pagan.
right.
A lot of people have pagan beliefs. Native Americans, they're definitely pagan belief, but Wicca is a religion.
Okay. And
And I don't even call myself Wiccan or anything anymore. I usually put witch on my profiles and um, basically pagan. You know, I have a lot of pagan beliefs.
yeah.
Do you clear quartz deposits, etc., in your moon water jars during a full moon? No, I just leave them sitting out on a nice cloth or whatever, so they won't get lost. Some cat will come along and bat them around. I've actually had cats that are very attracted to stones.
Oh, really?
I had a cat named Evie that was very attracted to moonstones for some reason,
Huh. Wonder why it was drawn to him.
and sometimes rose quartz. And I had a Merlin. He seemed to. I put in my crystal, my mini wand at him once, and he didn't seem to like the crystal. He's attracted to it.
Huh.
Um,
That's pretty cool.
Basically, if it's a round object rolling around, they'll play with it. Cats will.
Yeah, that's a truth. Trust me, I got one right here.
Evie used to bat moonstones around on my bed. She was very interesting. Even when she passed away, whatever. After she was very interesting. I had an
Right.
incident where my friend asked me to wire wrap a stone, and I misplaced it. And I just said, Evie, you like those moonstones so much. Why don't you help me find it? And I flipped covers on the bed, and it just kind of plopped there right in front of me.
Oh,
So I
wow.
told her thank you. So I told her thank you. She was my little finder of lost objects after she passed away. So
Oh, that's cool.
very cool.
Here we go. Oh, we go.
And Merlin's my little warrior. Yeah, I've done that sort of thing before. I'm charging stones in the moon water. You have to be careful what you do and do not. But there's certain stones that you got to look it up online or something for info that you do not. You can actually put in water and drink, but some of them actually do contain asbestos, so you don't want to do that with everything. Just
Right.
have to look it up, get your information.
Right. Now, what do you think the difference between Wiccan or witchcraft in the 21st century compared to the 20th century and further back?
I think people hid a lot their beliefs a lot back in the older times. Even
Right.
midwives were suspected.
Yeah.
You do know that mostly women were suspected, old, young, really attractive women or somebody is even a strange, they give somebody a strange look, they're suspected of witchcraft.
Right.
Like
I mean,
people were superstitious back then, really bad.
oh yeah, people were very superstitious. Like what I was doing for reading up on it, and it just seems like
Mhm.
it's different contrast. Anybody that didn't follow into
I'm
line
sorry, I
with
feel like I'm not
everybody
really
else.
answering specific questions. I feel like I'm not actually answering very well. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're
No,
good.
you're fine.
You're doing very well.
And if I have any advice for young people getting involved in paganism and witchcraft,
Yeah.
do not doubt your abilities. Don't Self doubt has no place in
Yeah.
magic, or you'll always doubt yourself, and then you feel like nothing will work. I mean,
Right.
I've actually found that raising energy is one of the hardest things I've ever learned.
Oh, really? I'm putting this one up
Mm-hmm.
there so I can just read it a little bit more. Less ritual and gothic. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I don't
I'm
think
not.
that honoring the Sabbats and S-bats or whatever there's like is ceremonial. That's more of Crowley's teachings, Aleister Crowley, and I'm
Yeah,
not definitely not into that. But I do honor the S-bats, and they're really some you can practice magic on those or raise energy or as a whole, especially with coven work. But basically just honor the cycles of nature. And of course, there's a full moon every month.
right.
No, because I haven't really had a spell go wrong. I do not cast love spells whatsoever. I just ask for energy
Right.
of the universe to bring energy to me, and it really wasn't wrong. Yes, I do use smudge sticks. I'm going to only answer the last question. Basically you want to ask the universe to bring love to you, and it came in the form to me in the form of my cat Evie. So she was definitely love. She was a good girl. But no, you don't cast love spells on people. Always ask permission. Don't harm anyone. And yes, I do use smudge sticks. I used it on a friend of mine who had a evil entity following him, but I also used holy water on him too. I had to. And I believe
Here
in
we go.
God. I believe in Jesus.
All right.
It's sage or a bundle of dried herbs that you light,
Mhm.
and it smokes or whatever, and you cleanse your area, cleanse a person, cleanse a room, cleanse a house with it.
I mean, I
Um,
switched my house before, but I actually picked
it's
it up from my
a
friend that
bundle of
picked
herbs. Yes, it's a
Um,
bundle of dried herbs tied together, and you cleanse a person or object or a house or dwelling.
right on, right on. Now,
There's some people that are allergic to sage, so.
now we were talking. What was I going into? Uh, Now, how much history have you looked into the whole like Wiccan and witchcraft, and like what's the difference between like the East Coast or United States in general compared to what the UK, like the old country? Can you explain
Um,
that?
I've not really studied too much on that, so I'm not sure if I can give an answer.
All right.
Compared to old world, a lot of their practices are same, and some of them differ drastically.
Right. I've just seen a lot of different things, and like I'm seeing people.
Yes,
Uh,
definitely. Incense, you can use that to cleanse anything. Dragon's blood is one of my favorites. I just saw a question. Sorry.
it's okay. It's cool.
Um, Not right now, right not at this time, but I would like to.
Right.
My herb shop that I go to can get those for me, so I don't mind. I've actually made smudge sticks before with rosemary and made my own sage smudge sticks.
Now, with your any of your paranormal friends or anything like that, have they ever reached out to you and asked you if you can make a smudge stick or like a cleansing type of thing for them? Like, 'cause I like
No,
to like have a house blessed or anything like that. If I'm going out and doing a private investigation, I'll either have the house
yeah, my friend that had
Smudged
the
or
energy
black, depending on their energy.
I say his where he was living was dragon's blood,
Oh, really?
and him with sage later on. But no, nobody really asked me for anything help with that sort of thing.
And they might to the show.
I like essential oils a lot too. But I have a lot of allergies, so after a while of working with herbs or essential oils, my nose will get all stuffed up and
Oh, really?
won't smell anymore. Yeah,
Man.
I'm not allergic to burning sage, but I know some people are. So
Yeah.
you could actually get sage oil or something like that and put it in distilled water in a spritzer and use that.
Oh,
Because I have a
really?
friend that says that her old man gets violently sick or whatever off of sage burnings, but I mean, or incense, causes people to get bad headaches. So I would use you put it in a bottle and use that spray, mix it with water.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay. Now, have you ever had an experience with like a demonic entity or anything like that?
When I did a Setsubon ritual, when I was about ready to throw the last, I actually went clockwise around the house with the roasted soybeans. And when I was about ready to throw the last handful of soybeans out, because I was doing this ritual alone, solitary, I smelled something that smelled like demon armpit sweat. It was a really bad odor in front of my nose. I was outside, and I just
Right.
threw the last handful of soybeans, and it went away. But I don't think that was demonic. I actually wrote my experiences down, and actually was quite humorous. But yes, I have had experience with a demonic entity. My friend Craig, who has since passed away earlier this year,
Yeah.
not because of the demonic entity, I don't think. He
Yeah.
had some problems, and I just kind of played him off, humored him, called the thing out, called it out. And he goes, I can't believe you called it out like that. Well, I was sleeping in my room one night, and I felt something. I was sleeping on my stomach, and I felt something hit me hard in the back. Pow! Woke me up, and something whispered in my ear, remember me, foolish one? Scared the crap out of me.
Oh,
But
no
I did
kidding.
that happen, and I did sage my friend and use holy water, and he asked him if this entity was bothering him since, and he's like, no. But I had stopped. I hadn't seen him in a few months, and I think he invited it back, and I kind of wanted to keep my distance, but not really. I wish I could have helped him more than I did because he's like my oldest friend. I knew him for like 25 years.
Right. Now, Brendan, do you have any questions for a second?
I think you covered them all.
Now, okay, do you use like whatever's around you to perform do like your rituals or seances type of thing, or do you just like you have to go out and get everything that you want? Can you if you don't have something, can you
If
substitute
I have
it for whatever?
a certain thing needed for a certain spell, then yes, I would probably go out and buy it. But I mostly have herbs, crystals, anything, oils, anything I need here. And seances or contact spirits, I don't do that. Except for the one that I seen in here one night with my niece. She was sitting in one room, and I was about ready to go to bed, and I lifted up my sleep mask and saw a shadow move across the window. And I got up and turned the light on. I said, do you know that there's somebody in here with us? And she goes, yeah, she knew it at the same time I did. Now, she can actually see spirits and talk to them, but she claims.
Right on. Now, sorry, I'm just thinking of questions to ask you.
So am I.
No, okay. Now you said you're not into paranormal. You don't do paranormal investigations or anything like that.
No, I'd like to. I'd like to.
No.
I can line you up some friends in Florida if you're ever interested in going on an investigation.
I don't really have a vehicle, but I'm not sure if I want to hook up with strange people. I don't know.
Right.
I don't do coven work for that reason, because you end up with weirdos, or you just have a disagreement with someone. You ever come across a demon that could not be removed by priests, pastors, medicine men? No, I have not. Thank goodness.
No kidding. That sounds bad. That's a bad.
For a house to clean.
I think my friend invited it back. What the one I got that was following him around. I mean, there's just the general, feeling that you have an entity attached to you, and then there's oppression, and then there's actually full on possession. And I think my
Right.
friend was severely in the oppression stage,
Yeah.
and I think talking about it invited it back. I really
Oh,
do.
really?
Yeah, but he's since passed away earlier this year. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
yeah, he was hit
Now,
by a
have
car.
you ever performed a healing spell on yourself rather than going to a doctor?
Yes. Along with traditional medicine and going to the doctor and taking antibiotics. Yes, I have.
And
Usually dress a candle and inscribe a healing thing in the candle, and then use oil to bring an energy of healing, or the opposite, or whatever, get disease to disappear and stuff, or what illness or whatever. I mean,
oh,
yes,
okay. I forgot to ask you before we even started this. Do you have children by any chance?
no, just
Oh,
Merlin.
I was going to ask you if you passed on your knowledge of witchcraft and anything like that onto anybody.
Yeah, so follow her on Twitter, but I don't have any children. No, my
Right.
my niece sometimes asks me questions and stuff like that, and I answer the best I can.
Right
Yeah,
on,
but
right on.
I've had a couple people on Twitter that have asked, you got any advice for new witches or new pagans? And I was like, sure, read what you can and don't doubt your abilities. And like I said, there's one particular guy, whatever, I'm very proud of him. He's come a long way since I talked to him. And we still talk to each other.
That's cool. That's cool. I'll be reaching out to you more often, asking about different witchcrafts, because I really don't have any clue about witchcraft or the Wiccan religion. I do know about Christianity. I know about Norse. I know about Muslim or Islam.
Well, Norse people or whatever, Scandinavian people were pagan. They believed in
Yeah.
many gods and goddesses.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
I actually have a pouch with chakra stones in it, and I haven't got around to actually using them. I'm actually doing some more studying on that first.
What is that actually? What's chakra stone?
There are energy vortexes in the body, and think of them as little whirlpools in that system. And when they're blocked, you have all kinds of things wrong with you, like stomach problems. I don't know, basic stuff like laryngitis or mood problems, and they all rule over one particular. They rule over a certain area of the body.
Okay.
And
Now,
when they're blocked,
is that like
people
when you see? And I'm not trying to be like trust and believe. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible and everything like that. Now, is that the type of practice like when you're laying down or something like that? And they call it like stone healing, and they're placing stones
yeah,
on you.
yeah,
For like
but
a
I'm
stone
not.
massage.
I don't consider myself a healer in any sense of the word.
Right.
I would just say try to think positive, and humor is definitely one of the best medicines there is. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
except your own essential oils or whatever for certain ailments, like headaches.
Right. Now, all right. So, say that you ever had like a friend that had a boyfriend or a girlfriend that they didn't approve of. Would you put a spell on them to keep them away? Or could
No,
you?
that's messing with their plan. What I would have to do is, if they got a problem with someone and they ask me for advice, I'd freely give my advice. If they have to go do something legally, do something legally or whatever having to do with sheriff's department, whatever, I would go that route first. I would not try to cast a spell on someone, especially someone I don't know, because it's not a good idea. You might be ruining their plan. And if somebody asks me permission to do something like that, I'd think about it first, or just basically tell them, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't think it's a good idea. It's bad. It's karma, bad karma. And especially someone I never met, just because my friend complained about their boyfriend cheating on him or some crap, doesn't mean I'm going to go and cast a spell on him. Like, well, if you don't like it, go get tested and dump him. I mean, you got to work on a mundane level. I mean, if you cast a spell to get a job or do a ritual to get a job or employment, it's not going to come to you unless you're out there, filling those applications out.
Right. Totally understand that.
It's not going to work by itself.
Right. Now you're
I
saying
mean,
that. Go ahead.
Oops. Well, I work for a holistic medical practice. I make herbal capsules for holistic medicine for my boss, Mrs. Mangoes. So
My cat's being a little brat. That's why you keep on seeing me look around and stuff like that. She's like jumping on behind me, trying to climb behind me and everything like that.
tissue paper, gift tissue paper. Does she like catnip?
No.
No. Oh, that's
No.
too bad because an inexpensive gift for your cat is take some tissue paper, take a pinch of catnip and put it in there,
Yeah.
in a couple cat treats, and then they open it up. Merlin had it all over the kitchen for Christmas, and
Oh, really? Nice.
yeah, pictures. Actually, have pictures of it. Merlin tearing up tissue paper
Oh,
with catnip. Some cats don't like it. I was saying some cats don't like catnip, but Merlin loves it.
I don't think ours did, did she?
I was saying it.
Yeah, we had a cat named Spirit, and she hated catnip for some reason.
Mm. All our cats loved it. Um, Merlin loves it. He's real funny. He's high on catnip. It's like pot for cats. But catnip, believe it or not, if you make catnip tea out of it, it helps make humans sleepy. I actually have insomnia tea from Mrs. Mangoes, where I work. I work from home, but where I work, and it has catnip in it. So I got to keep that hidden from Merlin because he might smell it and tear open the bags.
True.
Cats also attracted to valerian and peppermint sometimes because I think peppermint's part of the catnip family.
I think it is too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My boss left me some valerian on the thing, and I came outside to go and pick up the package, and there was a cat hanging out of the bag. And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Cat ran off.
You're gonna have to highlight a couple of questions. I can't do that.
To it right now. Sorry about that, guys. I had to make a run.
Yeah, you know.
All right, here we go.
I'll stick to my
First
word.
one for you.
I would start. I believe you can start at any age. I would start picking up books by Scott Cunningham. He was very humorous in his writings. Silver Raven Wolf. A lot of major bookstores contain New Age section with tarot cards and books on witchcraft. Amazon's really big on that. You can actually get used books from there, so they won't cost as much. You can get some from your local library. Unfortunately, they're one of the most stolen books from libraries. I mean, Eileen Holland, she's a writer. She said she used to steal books from the libraries, and so she can't complain if somebody steals one of her books. It's pretty funny.
That's cool.
I mean, I start with basic Wiccan writers or witchcraft writers and see what jumps out at you. I have a lot of books. I read a lot. Potions. What do you mean by exactly by a potion? A healing oil or a healing bath salt or herbal mixture? Then yes, that would be considered a potion. But I wouldn't give any to anybody else. I mean, if somebody needed something for like a headache, I would give them a little vial of peppermint oil or peppermint and lavender oil. But potion.
Would you teach anybody how to make potions or anything like that? Like how to make stuff to help themselves, like even into like to fudge a house or anything like that?
I recommend Scott Cunningham's complete book of incense, oils, and brews. It has everything, and it even shows you how to make ink, make your own hand soap, make your own bath salts, everything, oils.
Right on.
I mean, I use a lot of just basic essential oil perfumes too. So.
Right on.
But ones for Wiccan practices or witchcraft practices that should be empowered with personal power. I mean, you can even make one according to someone's zodiac sign. I made one for a friend of mine,
Yeah.
and for gifts, and she really loved it. She said this event is really awesome. So I ended up giving her some more, basically a little gift box of stuff. She enjoyed that. Her sign was Libra, and it was a lot of flowery scents, planet Venus, and I tried spearmint with it, or spearmint essential oil, and it was really great. She enjoyed it very much. I'm sorry. Is
Awesome.
there another question? Anybody
Yeah.
got any more?
Yeah.
I hope
Oh
I'm answering
man,
questions. 'Cause I
that
feel like
one. There's the question that we have is really bad. So let's skip that.
no, really, what is it? I mean,
No, it was about a beer thing. It was a
oh,
Stella Potion. Go. Stop
I'm not.
drinking Miller Lite. Tell him that you can tell him that Miller's better. It's okay.
I don't. I only like Ice House, and I liked Harp beer. Guinness is horrible. I like.
Oh,
I mean, I went to an Irish pub and I asked for Ice House. They didn't have it. They said they want a certain kind of beer or whatever. Try Harp, and I liked it. It's Irish beer,
yeah.
and I like my Jameson.
Sorry, I'm just writing to a person that's texting me right now. Now, have you ever had any experiences like where, like, now when you do, trying to figure out how to word this. All right,
Hmm.
when you're doing your setup type of thing, and you're using candles or anything like that, do you ever feel
Yeah.
like something's kind of trying to communicate with you through the candles or anything like that, making the flames go higher, lower? You know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
no, but if you cast like a candle spell and you're having a hard time snuffing out that candle, it does not want to snuff out at the end of the spell. It means the spell is particularly strong.
Oh,
But
really?
I don't think anybody communicates. I mean, I don't do fire divination or anything like that. I do read tea leaves.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Oh, here's one for you.
Oh, but it's a great drink.
We all know Miller Lite is the best type of drink. Let's get real. My personal opinion.
Mm.
Blue flame.
When you celebrate the Sabbats for Wicca, you don't necessarily have to have an alcoholic drink like mead or ale. You can have fruit juice. I've used hibiscus tea a few times. I've fruit juice, water, basically anything you want.
Right. Now, when you're doing your Wiccan practice or anything like that, like what is the key to it? Like, do you just have to be open-minded? Do you have to pray to a certain god type of thing? I mean,
Oh,
I
there's many
really don't
many
know.
deities. I won't recommend any, but I don't recommend or I don't work with like deities like Zeus because read up on his mythology. Okay, just
All right.
he's a skirt chaser. But I've actually one wanting to work with Loki.
Right.
Since I've read up on the Norse mythology, and
Yeah.
I'm really big on the Egyptian pantheon and sometimes the Celtic pantheon.
That go against something.
I started
Now,
studying the Japanese pantheon because
the
most
Japanese
goddesses,
pantheon.
yes, most goddesses are associated with the moon, but in Japan, there's a sun goddess.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
known about that for a while. Now, what does that compare to? Okay, you have North America, you have UK, you have Asia, you have Africa, and stuff like that. What is the difference between the whole Wiccan community? Do you what difference is there between them all, or is there no difference at all? It's all the same.
I guess differences would be personal. I wouldn't know because I don't talk to too many people about it anymore. I don't feel like I have to, and I'm not going to defend myself.
Right. No, you never have to
Just
defend
I
yourself.
talk to too many people about it. I used to have a few followers on Twitter, and then we just lost touch. I mean, there was one guy, Corey, that got me into reading up on the chakras, but I haven't heard from him in a long time. I think his health went bad. I'm not sure. But I mean, I kept pretty much as people I did used to talk to about Wicca. I lost touch with them and gained new people to talk to. So, I mean, my niece and I talk about it sometimes if she wants to learn something or wants to read up on something. But I
Right
don't
on,
have.
right on.
I don't think there's some differences overseas or from the U.S. and so some not. I basically follow the basic same line. Harm none.
Right on,
Which
right on.
ironically comes from Aleister Crowley.
Allison Crowley.
Crowley, yeah. Do well, thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will.
Right on, right on, right on. I have one more question for you, Mike, personally.
Mm-hmm.
You say you don't like Supernatural because it gives
No,
a
I said
bad
I love
name
that show.
to
No, I love
witches.
that show.
I love it too, but you think it gives a bad name to the witchcraft or Wiccan
Yeah, it
community?
does. But so do the movies too. Little Lucy here. I love Supernatural. I just think it gives a bad name to witches, but so do a lot of movies and TV shows.
Oh yeah, it just comes to like, I mean, it's
I mean,
been like that since,
witches are bad. Witches are bad. Witches are bad. And males are
yeah,
called witches. Also. They're not called warlocks. That is a term that's actually warlocking is a term that you read out your coven or read out one of the members of your coven, and then you
right.
put witches to death.
Do you see Rose's question, Aaron?
You get judged. I used to, but I just blow it off now. I mean, I don't go to many places or whatever that wear a pentacle in public.
Yeah.
I have a specific one I use for rituals. I actually have a box of a small box of witchy travel stuff that I take in case somebody ever needs there, or if I take it out to the woods and meditate or something. But other than that, no, I don't get judged anymore. Nobody cares. I mean, nobody seems to care. And if I do get judged or something, I'd just blow it off. It's not worth arguing about. You can't
Right.
explain to somebody magic works and have them understand you. There's skeptics about everything. Just like you
Right.
can't explain that ghosts exist unless they've actually seen one.
Right on, right on, right on.
I don't get judged. I used to. I used to get judged. I don't anymore.
That's cool. I mean, we get judged. Like, I'm a paranormal investigator, so is Brandon. We have a lot of people in our professional life that think that we're absolutely off the fucking wall. Think they're crazy because we believe in spirits, we believe in different type of things.
I mostly feel them. I've had a few paranormal experiences.
Yeah.
So
I have
So
quite
I
a few
know-
paranormal experiences.
but there's a lot of people that just don't believe. So
Right.
you can't
Some reason why
argue
they
with
hate
them
everybody.
unless you take them on an investigation and they actually see or hear or feel something.
Yeah,
I
but
think the human body is actually the best device or whatever for paranormal detection or spirit detection.
if you're getting to the paranormal talk, I mean, like, I totally
Yeah.
agree with that. I think the personal experiences are 100 times more validated to the person itself. If you're not trying to get rich, famous, make a YouTube splash or anything like that, yes,
Mm.
you are. They're like
Well,
personal experiences, like they're 10 times better than any other type of equipment.
calling. I think people should do it because it's a calling, just like witchcraft, a calling. No, I don't make money on it. I mean, when I used to read cards for people, I mean, I never charged money. I actually read cards for about 4 people. One of my coworkers took me out to lunch, and I said I wasn't going to charge money, but she talked to someone about, and I did like 4 different readings that day. And she asked a good friend of mine what would Aaron like or whatever as a gift, and she ended up getting me a gift card for crafts and stuff. So I ended up spending it on colored pencils.
Right on.
So that was
right
really nice. I was so happy about that, but I don't ask for money, especially don't ask for money for casting a spell for somebody, because that's just wrong. You're just in it for the money and the fame and all that crap. You're not in it for the spirituality or honoring your chosen deities or whatever. I just don't believe in that thing. If somebody legitimately comes to ask me for help and does not want to curse somebody or cause somebody to have an accident or something like that, then yes, I'd help them. But I wouldn't charge money for it.
Right on. Now, do you believe in like spirit guides type of thing?
That's a Native American belief. They believe in animal spirit guides and stuff. I mean,
Right.
I don't know about being spirit guides, but I really love otters. I have this thing about otters. They call me.
Right.
My witch name or whatever I had picked. If you're into kind of like numerology, you add up the letters in your name according to the alphabet, and mine's and birth date, full birth date, and mine is actually like 5 for both. So I came up with bonsai tree owl, but I think I've kind of outgrown that, and I don't want to go. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that question, Pete.
Oh, it was just a statement. I'll put that back on.
No, it's just wrong. I don't think it's tacky to charge money for somebody's misfortune. I think it's just wrong. I mean, eventually karma will come and you'll lose that money, making money off somebody else's misfortune. It's just wrong. I agree with it, Pete.
Now, okay, so just say, for instance, if somebody was really pissing you off, Aaron, like really pissing you off, you had a coworker that just nagged you all the time. It's like Mr. like gonna suck up or anything like that. You're saying that it wouldn't be good to go cast a spell out in a home, make his dick fall off, or frickin' fall into a well or something like that.
No, you can always talk to the boss about it, like people should do. Talk to the boss about it if there's a problem with a coworker. I mean, I have had problems with coworkers when I was practicing witchcraft, and I never considered, I complained or what I complained to the boss or whatever, or handle it myself.
Right.
Actually was reprimanded for arguing with someone and had a couple days suspension because of it, but I didn't resort to witchcraft. It's take care of business. It's just wrong. I'm really actually very confrontational, so I'm not going to go behind somebody's back and cast a spell on them. That's just wrong.
Yeah. All right. Now, what is your personal feelings on like what do you want to say it? Like an object. If you place a spell on an object or anything like that.
Well,
what do you think about that?
You can empower a crystal for protection or healing and then use it. Yeah. I mean, I've done that. I actually have a little pouch I carry with me that has a protection oil and things like that just in case I need it. But yeah, you can like empower a bag of herbs to protect your car or something like that. Of course.
Would that be, how you want to say it? Would that be like trying to intervene with fate? Like, how everything is like on a timeline? Like, would that create a ripple effect type of thing?
If it's something basic and simple, I don't think so. But of course, I don't know. I mean, I'm not God. I don't pretend to be. I don't.
Right.
It might cause a ripple effect. I mean, if you cause a marriage to break up, then yes, that's definitely going to cause a ripple effect, and it's going to have karma come and bite you in the ass. But if you're doing something to protect yourself, your vehicle, of course, lock your car. But if you want to, or your home or whatever, then no, I don't think so.
Right. Now, you said that it like won't cause it or anything like that. Okay, say that you did it on your vehicle, but the gods have it willed that you're going to get into a fatal car accident, but this object creates you where you don't have that fatal accident. Type of butterfly.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that either. I believe if it was somebody's time to go, or whatever, die in a car accident, then yes. Then no crystal or bag of herbs is going to help.
You don't think so? I mean, I've heard stories
No.
about this, like, and
It just depends. I don't know. It depends. I mean, I'm not a big. I've never had to experience that, so I wouldn't know.
right on.
If I haven't experienced something, I'm not going to talk about it and pretend I know stuff when I don't. I mean, I don't even have a car. But if I was to put like a crystal or a bag of herbs or something to protect my car from like thieves, keep it from breaking in, you have to make sure you lock your car. First of all, don't
Right.
leave your keys in it. But if it was to I was going to drive somewhere at night under bad conditions or whatever, no protection spell is gonna keep me from dying on the road. I don't believe that.
Now, Aaron, do you want me posting your Twitter handle so people can follow you on Twitter or anything like that?
Sure. It's at, of course.
I got your Twitter handle right here.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you're okay with that.
No problem. And I actually have a hashtag for my artwork too.
All right, what's your hashtag?
It's hashtag KNIGHT, capital K, owl with a capital L, designs with a capital D, and my initials EJR, all capitals.
KIN.
Huh?
That far. KIN.
KINIGHT. Yeah. I'll send it to you later. It's not a problem.
All right. Yeah. Probably. I'll just put that in the show
I make
notes.
a lot of gothic type jewelry. I make goddess pendants, tiny tarot pendants, all kinds of neat stuff.
All right. I appreciate you having us on, having you on tonight, Aaron. I really appreciate you coming on such short notice.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of fun with you. We're gonna switch into paranormal.
Didn't I know about it for like a couple of days?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
short
but
notice.
I wasn't really feeling all that. Explain that direct message. I do got to ask you some stuff in direct message though.
Yeah.
You might know what about. You might not. I'm just curious.
What's
about
up?
Somebody on Twitter. It's not a big deal.
Oh,
but I'll ask you about it later.
Yeah, DM me about it. You can DM me about it.
Okay. Okay, that'll work.
I'm all about positivity. Everybody knows that.
Well, you can message me
normal talk. You're welcome to stay with us if you want to.
Yeah, but I got to get back to my work too.
All right.
I appreciate you having you on. Working on the capsules for my boss. I'm working on something called News. It's for memory.
All right, cool.
And the other one is kelp, which smells like a sea otter. Kelp, some of the stuff or whatever you work with on herbs or whatever, because I make capsules like 3-4 times a week. My boss. And valerian smells like dirty feet and butt. It's horrible.
Yeah. Do you see what Rose's question is?
What is your favorite pendant?
For you.
I would have to say my Merlinite with a tiny silver cat on it that my friend Donna gave me. It's a Merlinite. I wrapped it and it put a little silver cat she gave me on there, so it looks like my cat Merlin.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem, Pete. I call everybody Pete. You're welcome. John the Veil. Hey, I know that dude. I've seen him on Twitter. I don't follow
people. Honestly, got you. That's like my favorite couple. Like that's on.
Hey, watch it there.
What do you think of Ghost Adventures? I'm curious.
Me personally, what I think of Ghost Adventures?
Fake.
Yeah.
Fake news. That's all I'll say about Ghost Adventures. I don't believe in. I think you get your best paranormal investigators on YouTube, like mostly small YouTubers, because they ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. They're not hunting the views, not hunting the likes and hunting the money.
There's some things that I'm skeptical about and some I'm not. I mean, if something goes on or whatever, and I'm like automatically, I'm not going to yell or scream or freaking, like there's something here. I debunk everything.
Right.
I debunk everything. except for that shadow I saw across the window. And both my niece felt it and I felt it at the same time because
Right.
something made me turn on. Sit up, take off my sleep mask, and look.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was about ready to go to sleep, and it takes me forever to fall asleep anyway. But something made me look, and she was in back, and I was like, something's here with this. She was, I know, I feel it. It was something that was attached to her.
I don't know.
But I think she's gotten rid of it. It's actually an entity that seems to help her, so it's weird. And I live right across the street, next door to 2 cemeteries, Pinecrest. I'm kind of getting tired of walking through there with a recorder or whatever, or a camera. And
Oh, I
it's
love getting like
it's all bad.
for,
And
Go ahead.
really, you can't really get any evidence on them. I went Halloween a few years ago. I can't really get any evidence because it's too close to the street, and look, you're going to hear car noises on your recorder. I'd like to go see Georgiana and Merritt Island. I heard a lot about that place.
Oh yeah.
Georgiana Cemetery.
Mhm.
We're gonna be going up to I think a bunch of us are gonna all be meeting up at Hell's Gate in South Carolina here coming up soon. Go doing
South
some
Carolina.
investigation. Yeah, if you hadn't had a chance, Aaron, check out my YouTube page and you're gonna see some like mine. South Cakes has really good YouTube stuff. Kill Hut. Beyond the Veil is probably the best out of all of us for material.
Speaking of Hell's Gate, how about Bobby Mackey's, huh? I wouldn't mind going there. I really want to go there.
Bobby Mackey's is
I love
overly.
his music.
I think
I
that
actually
place is
love his
overly
music.
investigated, though. Honestly, Bob
It is
Mackey's.
now, I think so, yeah.
Man, it ain't like it was maybe like
Actually,
10, 15 years ago.
I've actually talked to him on Twitter. He's a really nice person. I mean, he seems to like answer his questions. I would love to go up there for like my birthday or something. I really would. I would think it'd be fun.
Right. Excuse me for a second. This bathroom break is brought to you by Miller Lite. I'll be right back.
He does this all the time, so just get used to
it. That's cute.
He does this all the time. Oh, Lisa.
Funny. Actually, I need water.
You got the sippy cup, Lisa.
She knows.
I didn't know. It's the sippy cup. Wow.
I have a collection of otters. I just started collecting otters like a couple years ago, and I love them. They're so cute.
They are. I would like to own one if I could put one in a bathtub and keep it forever.
No, I don't believe they should be pets. I actually wrote a poem about that. And my parody otters, it's actually on my Twitter. Right, if you see the petition on my pinned tweet, stop. I have a parody written of Ice-T's colors about otters, and it's pretty funny. It's supposed to be funny, but I would never let him see it because I'd be they're really embarrassed. But it's cute. I just love otters.
They are. You love otters too, don't you?
I'm actually nursing an awful sunburn. First thing I did was put aloe on it, then took a shower. But I missed like 2 spots in my back, and tried to do it the next night, and it's just those 2 spots are really bad. But aloe works like right away. The plant. I put it in the refrigerator and cut it open. I wouldn't mind a beer right now, but I'm broke till tomorrow.
Well, we're broke till Wednesday, so I feel you on that one.
Yeah, I can't wait to get some of my stuff from Amazon. I got some gemstone chips to make jewelry out of. I'm getting Connemara marble from Ireland.
Mhm.
to make pendants and jewelry out of. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, I can't wait to see that. I'm gonna put one of the little Irish marble worry stones on my otter island that everybody saw.
That is so beautiful.
That is.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Did somebody say that?
Yeah, I'm his wife.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I love otters. They all named after somebody I admire in music or acting.
Oh, okay.
This is Tyler Perry. He is so freaking talented. Tyler Perry is. It's Tyler. This one's Mark Pellegrino. I do love my otters. The little circles you see there are land mass is and water masses are agates. They're real pretty. And I got a whole variety of gemstones there. And that giant otter, that's Mount Kwauso, which means river otter in Japanese. He's a big boy. That's a big boy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know. When you order some of this stuff from Amazon, you don't really know what size they're going to come out to be. And it's like, ooh, that's a big boy. So I made him the mountain in the background behind all the little otters.
Hey, Lisa.
Misha Collins. The little baby otter. Little baby sea otter. I actually have one goldfish sitting there and one turtle. And they're made out of gemstones too. The turtle is jade and the goldfish is carnelian. I'd actually like to get tarot cards. I actually found online images of tarot cards with otters on them. So I got all those pictures.
Huh.
That's pretty neat.
That is cool.
There was like a Knight of Cups, and it's an otter. He's wearing a helmet. He's holding like a cup of coffee. It's so funny. I think it's cute. I was thinking about otters.
I have a thing for beluga whales.
That's cool. You know, I have my friends likes dolphins, and I have a friend that loves dolphins.
Squirrels.
Oh, I love squirrels, cats. On my Twitter profile, you see squirrels. I love owls a lot.
So I hear you like dolphins. I also like dolphins.
Oh no, one of my friends likes dolphins. I like them too. I have a dolphin jewelry. I'll have to send you a picture. It's
All right,
on my Night Owls designs, and it's two little dolphins on this sea glass pendant. It's shaped like a wave. It's really cool. Yeah, I'll
That's
send you a
cool.
picture of that.
Yeah, definitely do.
Oh, I was just talking to Brandon and his wife about my otters.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we were talking about
So I
that.
like your rap. Yo, you want to tell everybody your rap or your song about otters?
No, that's way too embarrassing. I
Oh,
only
that's
sing
so
around
good
here.
though.
No, it's embarrassing. I'll crack up laughing. You won't be able to understand me.
Distance as he smokes squirrels.
No, I like squirrels. I think squirrels are great. I think they're so cute. I got a picture I did on my media on Twitter that says, stop killing the gray in the UK, whatever, or deal with this one. And I got a squirrel holding a gun.
Heck yeah.
I love all animals, though. I mean, I was just absolutely horrified that Amazon and Etsy were selling animal skins, especially otters. I mean, for every illegal tiger they find dead, there's at least 10 to 15 otters. And most of them are endangered.
Right on.
Yeah, you'll definitely see some of my otter posts.
Yeah, I like that. I thought your otter sound was good, man. I was hoping you was like,
I don't want to be on camera. I can read it, but I don't want to be on camera.
all right,
I can't
there
do
you
that on
go.
camera.
Come on,
You can
do
hear
it.
me, feel it, hear me,
Do
but not
it.
see me. Oh, what? That's a
Let's
big way
go.
bigger.
Whoever, raise your hand if you want to hear
Brendan, be in the
I'm
camera,
not gonna be
damn
on
it.
camera, but you'll be able to hear me. Okay,
it.
how's that?
All right, that works.
Okay. Otters, 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 otters. They are nightmare wiggle walking like a fur ball squawking. King of the river fish stealing, gangsters stalking. Out fishing on the pond today. I throw my net, say a prayer. The otters are way out there on the water fishing today. My frat was gone when I looked the other way. I said, "What the hell?" Otters talking on my cell. One tried to drive my Benz. He hit a tree, but I don't get angry. He totaled the Benz, but otters are my friends. Got jumped by a furry gang of three. Then they went to the seafood market with my wallet and my money. Them otters is so OG original gangster.
Oh,
I love otters. That's my condition. Stop killing them for skin. So please sign my petition. If we're together, otter all humankind, then the otters can die, and they won't die. They'll multiply. They mischievous. Yeah, the otters are devious. Yeah, they steal your fish. So blow them a kiss and make a wish. We want otters to go on living because they take less than they given. Even though otters are defiant, they're so good for the environment. You'll fish that otters are tend to loot, but they're so damn cute. Otters, 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 otters. I got actually added another verse since since you you saw the last one.
Uh-oh.
When humans see otters, they tend to shout. That's the one that stole my trout. When people think of otters, they tend to shrug. But I think furry wet angels sent from above. Otters, otters. I just like otters. They're so cute. So embarrassing.
That's an awesome
Because I
song.
I get into it with really rap or whatever really sound like a rapper. So I love hip hop. I love it. Pretty much any kind of music.
Right on, right on.
I'm actually wearing a body count t-shirt. I love body count.
Hell yeah. Brendan, are you doing any thing this weekend for investigations wise?
No, because Dad just, he just got
Right.
back from Nashville, so. But yeah, we're staying close here.
I don't know how much you follow up my Twitter, Aaron. This
Mhm.
weekend I'm going to be going to the Poorhouse Tunnel in Lexington. It's a place that we actually had an evil entity followed me home for like over a month.
Well, I'm not scared of that. I'm not scared of those kind of things. I'm just kind of skeptical, and I mean, I'd have to see it. I'm one of these people's got to see it to believe it. I've actually seen spirits a couple times.
Oh, I've seen spirits too. I've seen full body apparitions. I've been touched.
I did too.
I've had a lot of paranormal experiences myself.
My best friend at the time when she died or whatever, she actually came up behind me and hugged me when I was laying on the bed. And I had chills down my back. I felt something cold, big, wet, and squishy come up behind me and hug me. But I wasn't afraid of it because I knew who it was.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be going there. We went there probably about before the whole coronavirus started and stuff like that. That was probably what, October?
October, somewhere in there?
Yeah.
And,
when I go out shopping, I always wear my mask. My boss made me one with otters on it.
Lisa, you got to come to see my tunnel. Well, that sounded wrong, didn't
it? No, it's not a very long. It's probably less than like I'd say about 1,500 feet. But there was a lot of occult stuff that was performed there, and on the land itself is actually a what do we call it? Old Native American burial ground that's right over there. That was cursed by the land because the white people stole their land, type of thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a highly fascinating investigation. I've had a lot of paranormal experiences there. I'm planning on bringing my full spectrum camera. We're going to have like 3 full spectrum cameras with us. We're going to have obviously my EVP recorder. I haven't decided if we wanted to bring the SLS camera or not. We'll find out like as the day goes on.
True.
I actually got a catalog for different paranormal investigating equipment, and some of that stuff's pretty expensive.
If you're really looking into getting the paranormal investigating, The biggest things I can tell you right now is number one, the only thing that's really worth having that with you is an EVP recorder or a cell phone or something like that, where you can record yourself onto it, and a full spectrum camera. The SB7 is a great piece of equipment. The SLS is a great piece of equipment. All these different other things that you can get are good pieces of equipment, but they all can be debunked on one fashion or another. The only thing that you really can't debunk out of everything is a personal experience.
That is true.
But then again, somebody in the same room with you won't have that experience either. So, same experience you do. I mean,
right, that's what I'm saying. The personal experience is the one that cannot be debunked to yourself. Because if you actually think logically about every type of thing that you catch, like either on camera or the SB7 or any other type of piece of equipment you have, it's all about interpretation, like how you're interpreting it, you know? Like if you're listening to an SB7 or something like that, you can pretty much pick up what the words are saying or anything like that, where as an EVP recorder, if it's nice and loud and clear, you can't debunk it. You can't explain it. You know, if it's not your voice, it's not anybody that your voice is with, and nothing can be misconstrued. Whereas an SB7, it's going so fast, where you can misconstrue what it's actually saying to you or anything like that.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm just working on my capsule, so I just won't be on camera.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
It is.
That's pretty cool, Carrie. Honestly, that's I wonder why it didn't get moved. Yes, old school investigations are the best type of investigations. If you have like a Nokia phone or anything like that, they're the best recording devices you can actually have. Especially stuff that picks up like analytical, than compared to what it's off of now, which is digital type of thing, or analog, I should say, which picks up more of the spirits and afterlife than your regular ones would. If you are going to run an SB7, I would recommend always running at 150 speed, reversed on FM. When you get your SB7, always make sure you remove the antenna off the back of it, like remove the antenna off of it. When you first get it, just take it apart, take out the antenna, because you want stuff that's going to be debunked. I've been doing this for quite a while. Brandon's been doing it for a while.
I've just done a cemetery walkthrough where I was filming, and it was really creepy by myself, but I was so close to the road that I couldn't have picked up anything anyway. I did it with a cell phone. Couldn't have picked up anything anyway.
I've gotten some pretty good stuff off of my cell phone, like as far as orbs and different type of recordings and stuff like that. We've had a voice that we couldn't hear through like my ears or anything like that. Of course, I'm fucking half deaf. Thanks, military. But I couldn't hear half of it, but we were able to pick it up off of the cell phone, and we played it over and over and over and over. We actually even stopped traffic coming to it, but like when the guys are going with us, we had to leave that tunnel because it was overwhelming. If you ever go into a place that's extremely haunted with negative energy or anything like that, you're going to feel that's like this weight of heaviness is on you. And if there's no power outlets or anything like that where it's going to be debunked or anything like that, you will.
I've got a lot of goosebumps, hair standing up, chills up and down my spine.
Yeah. I mean, I've been frozen too. I've had 2 experiences where I've been frozen to a bed at one point and like held there. I couldn't speak, I couldn't scream, I couldn't do nothing, just frozen.
Happened to the evil entity, it held me down. Kind of landed on the back with a big, huge smack and just held me down. It was weird. I'm not as scared of it anymore. Tell them, bring it on.
And like the other one that there came on to me was I was at a courthouse where Floyd Patterson performed a shootout, and we didn't have much activity, but my friend that went with us that time was like really into dark arts, I should say. And he's like, hey, let's perform a seance. And as we did that, I had a black shadow figure engulf me and ended up passing out right then and there. And everything was destroyed. Like all of our photos, our film, everything was wiped out that night.
I never really had a seance except for that night when my niece and I felt that entity by the window. He wouldn't answer me, but she said he was curious about me when I was saying you don't belong here, leave. It finally did. No, it did. But it talked to her, but it was curious about me why I was telling it to leave.
Right on, right on. Now, like I feel spirits always talking to me, and I'm always seeing it and stuff like that. Like I hear.
Well, this one I
don't know
saw.
how to say it. Like even I'm at work or something like that because where I work used to be a morgue during the olden times. We still have like freezers where they used to be stored and stuff like that, and I'm constantly seeing things walk behind me, things calling my name and stuff like that because I know I can sense them and I can hear them.
Same with me at my work.
You know?
Is there any paranormal shows on TV that you don't believe are fake?
Honestly, no. I used to believe in Destination Fear all the way up until I went and investigated Sweet Springs Sanitarium. But then I heard all their stories that they were claiming on national TV were all bullshit. And I actually heard the real stories from the owner of the place. I was like, no, I can't support them. Ghost Hunters back in the early 2000s, late 90s, I'd probably say was probably like one of the realest shows that you're going to see for paranormal. But if you're looking for good paranormal evidence or type of thing like that, if you're actually out there not trying to make money and stuff like that, watch YouTube. Like Beyond the Veil, South Cac, Kingsport Explorers, my stuff, Rose's stuff. You'll see a lot of people's different stuff that are more accurate and more legit than half the people on TV. And you're going to see how they react, and it's going to be natural reactions. It's not going to be this extra, like, holy shit, oh, I'm on TV type of reaction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I really like Zach's book, Dark World. I mean, it's got a lot of good scientific information in it and a lot of equipment information on it. So I don't believe that.
Yeah. I mean, I think Zach Begans used to be a good investigator. I really did. I've gone to the haunted museum. I used to be a fan of him and stuff like that. And I've watched the documentary Demon House. I've watched, different things like that. But I also think, that money talks. They know what gets views. If you're doing a little shock value, yeah, they're going to get freaking more views, more, how you want to say it, more publicity off of it,
I think a lot.
And like another thing is, not every place
actually
you go.
think that a majority of their EVPs are faked.
Like, not every place you go to is going to have a demon in it, Not every place you're going to investigate is going to have like a demon with it. And like, why is it every place they go investigate have a demon? Like, as a paranormal investigator, not every place I've gone to has a spirit presence with it. You know what I'm saying?
But I think that the book Dark World's got some very good information. I like that one.
Right.
But I don't really watch Ghost Adventures anymore. I just simply don't have the time, and I've missed a lot of the seasons, so I don't really care.
Right on.
Books.
Exactly, Dustin.
He went commercialized. His own public image went commercialized. That's good marketing business for Travel Channel.
Yeah. Hey, you read Tracy's comment, Brandon? I like road trips.
I did too, if I could go.
Furthest I've been so far is I traveled 8 hours away to go to Waverly Hills off of an invite, and we had a great time there. And
I've heard of that one.
Waverly Hills.
Institutions are like,
Waverly Hills was insane, honestly.
I think mental institutions, especially the old time ones, are just most likely going to have the if there's any evil entities there, it's probably the doctors because they didn't know much about mental illness back in the old days, and they just did tortured patients.
Oh yeah, they winged it.
I mean, there was like
a lot of experiments, and they winged it a lot. Yeah, I've heard the history of like I've been to Trans-Allegheny where they went over the whole history of it and like how they're drilling
I
into
gotta
people's
look
heads
into
and like
that.
keeping them alive and everything like that. And
And like maybe one nurse to 30 patients, and they're all sitting around in their own filth. It's disgusting. No wonder the place is haunted.
oh yeah,
I mean, I've never been to one, but I know I think they are because I think that anything evil there would be the doctors for torturing the patients.
man. I've gone and I've gotten the EVP at Waverly Hills, and it's in this lady's room that's named Louisa, who's had TB or tuberculosis for 7 years, and she's like the longest known survivor of it. And
hmm
I had an EVP from her room saying, "Oh God, please help me now." And then just like you overwhelming like with me when being in that room, and I'm ultra sensitive, and it was like this rush of sadness went into you right when you went into. If you're any type of sensitive or empath or anything like that, you're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being like I want to say how do you want to say this? Like anybody that investigates paranormal is connected to the dead of some sort because they obviously had some sort of paranormal experiences that they want to get into it. You know.
hmm
And you're not going to just be like, oh, one day, oh, let me go. I got nothing better to do. I'm going to go investigate ghosts. You know what I mean?
I think you should do a witchcraft chat with somebody else. Personally, maybe they can answer more questions than me.
Oh, yeah. Eventually we
'Cause I
will,
don't
you know.
know everything. I mean, it's a lifetime study, actually.
Right.
Lifetime of studying. I mean, I can always learn something new. Learn something new every day.
True.
Yeah, the fact that
And
they put, but going back to the mental institutions and hauntings and all that, they put criminally insane in with the mentally ill, and that's a recipe for disaster right there.
right. Man,
Just lump them all together. Of course, patients are going to be abused. Abused and
definitely it
horrible.
would be. Man.
Huh?
Oh, definitely they would be. Like, it's crazy how things happen for a particular reason or whatnot, you know? Man. I want to do like my next couple investigations. Obviously, I'm doing the Poyer's Tunnel tomorrow night, which I'm kind of sad about because I was hoping to do this later on.
Are you going to
But
be doing anything in the Florida area in the future?
what's that?
Are you going to be doing anything in the Florida area in the future?
Yeah, I'm doing the Hell's Gate, which is in South Carolina. Is probably the furthest I'm going towards
Oh, I'm in
Florida.
Florida. Okay.
What's that?
Oh, I didn't say.
Oh.
I just wondered if you're going to be in Florida anytime soon,
Oh.
or sometime this year. Or
Right,
next year. That's cool. I'd love to go on an investigation. I've never been on one really.
right. I've been on a lot.
Well, I've
I
always,
have to investigate
I'd like,
my house.
I'd like to cross that off my bucket list. Actually, would like to go on a paranormal investigation with someone or a group of someone's.
Right. Yeah,
I think
I'd definitely be down.
I think that'd be amazing, really.
Yeah. There's a lot of good places that I want to go check out here in the next couple of years. Like, you know, if I can.
Cool.
Now, Brandon, what do you have for places lined up?
Well, visit you all go to go down to Hell's Gate, you know, with you all, and also we're gonna try to the Devil's Playground, campground, or whatever in North Carolina.
Oh, that sounds promising.
Places that we were discussing with Dustin and Lisa, like our mini vacation, a few places there when we ever get all this virus crap out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to investigate. I know Dustin and I were talking about doing Gettysburg and stuff like that, and I found out some more about the Appomattox Courthouse where the North and South came together. That we can actually get in there. It's just going to cost $25 an hour, but we had to have like a park ranger with us.
Sure. That's
So, man, I'd be down still.
true. And there's a guy here that's wanting us to go to South Pittsburgh. Now, what was that? Mental hospital?
I just interject for a sec. I'm probably going to be leaving as soon as I get my work done and get something to eat. Take a
All right,
shower.
Aaron.
Yeah, thanks. And I take a shower and all that. I smell like a sea otter. Well, it's
All right.
hot here.
Have a good night, Aaron. Thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Grateful for it.
Thanks, Manny. When's this going to be on YouTube?
What's that?
When's this going to be on YouTube?
Girl, you on YouTube right now.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, this is wrong.
Yeah, I know it's live and everything like that, but when was it be able to view it again?
Oh, probably about another like 3-4 days. Brendan will go through it and edit it and add the introduction, add all the other stuff onto it. I'll let you know as soon as it's back up, okay?
Okay.
All right, have a good night.
Okay. Nice meeting y'all.
Nice meeting
Bye.
you.
Just the two of us.
Are you sure?
Still figure that.
Yeah. So you sure?
All right, so probably going to wrap this up here shortly. So for paranormal talk, as in, like, there's a lot of places that I'm going to be going and investigating here within the next couple months and everything like that. We got a lot of stuff lined up, and it's all dependent on this Corona bullshit. And Virginia just put some more restrictions on and stuff like that.
She did too.
Now we just got to be like, the mask, baby. There's nothing before the mask. Type of thing, you know?
I don't know. If I put a mask on, I might look like one of those 70s French hookers or something with the fur all over.
Right? Oh, man, the first time I ever wear a freaking mask, all I saw was double chin. I'm like, fuck me. I'm like, no, I am not wearing this.
I look like Darth Vader.
But anyways, I appreciate for everybody that came on tonight. I appreciate everybody that stayed with us. I think this is probably one of our highest. Like, we had so many viewers at one time. Pretty cool. I like it. I appreciate it.
High five to you.
You get my seal of approval. Our last episode for last week is already dropped. Make sure you guys check that out. There's some good stuff on there. I'm going to post Aaron's Twitter handle again. Is it before or after? It's after that. Sorry. I'm just scrolling through the comments, pull up one message just so I can post hers again. I'm just going to post hers. All right, Brandon, what's your, I'll put your Twitter handle on here.
It is.
I know what yours is.
Yeah. What's yours?
Twisted Love 1985.
Okay.
I can spell Kingsport. This is Brandon's Twitter handle. Make sure you show
No,
him some love.
KPT. It's just
What?
KPT. It's just Brandon at KPT.
Oh, ignore that. Oh, nothing. Brandon, we can edit that out, right?
Nah, the heck with it. They'll figure it out. Everyone knows me anyways. They know how crazy I am. They wouldn't stick around if they didn't.
Yeah, make sure you show Brandon some love. Brandon, talk. I'm gonna be looking up her Twitter handle again.
Okay. Now let's just read through some of the comments. Okay. Yeah. And we just want to thank everyone who showed up. I mean, like Jay said, it seems like one of the best ones we've had with attendance wise. So we appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share, and also go to our own personal channels too. Yours is what now, Jay?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. You're still in the process of changing it, right?
Yeah. That's Aaron, our guest's Twitter handle that we had on tonight. Show her some love, people. Seriously. It's all about freaking promoting positivity and
Love, hope, and
showing love to each other, you know?
peace, love, happiness, positivity, being true to yourself.
And here's my Twitter handle. Make sure y'all sub to that. And I'll put our show's channel on too.
All right.
All right. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to this, how the heck are you guys hearing about our show? There we go. All right. Much love, everybody.
Much
Peace
love.
out. Thank you, Carrie, Rose, Dustin, Lisa, everybody for coming out tonight.
Yep.
Evil, Beyond the Veil, Killed the Hut.
What? That's the first time I think Beyond the Veil was in there with us.
Yeah, man. That was awesome. I appreciate it.
So,
all right. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, love, and hope, y'all.